All right, I'm here at 1950 Walking Avenue. It is on a cul-de-sac. You can see quiet neighborhood. Um, some of the houses need a little bit of work, but very near the base. Kind of give you that preview there and see the front of the house. Um, you should always get an inspection before you buy. This roof looks a little bit like it needs to be inspected to me, but I could be wrong. But anyway, so let's go in. You can see you're on a corner lot. So let me walk in. All right, so we do have laminate floors. However, they are not very well done. They look pretty cheap to me, but like I said, always get an inspection. It's up to you guys if you want to do flooring, but I think you would have to here. So you have the kind of living room area, and then this is kind of a dining space here, and then this space, I guess the family room kind of game area right there. And I'll show you what I mean by the flooring. Like some of it's coming up. It's kind of... All right, so let's go in the kitchen. So not a big kitchen. You can kind of see what's going on. That refrigerator will need to be replaced. It's been shut off. Pantry, I'm not going to open it. I already did. So if I turn around, you can kind of see it's a small kitchen with a doorway. So I'm standing right next to the cupboard. There's room to put a little bit of a table in it. But it's definitely not a very big kitchen. The sellers are replacing the stove and will replace the refrigerator. Just FYI. So I'll come back out of the kitchen. So there's another spot on the floor. So, I'm just kind of giving you guys the option. So let's go in the backyard. So you do have a little patio. The backyard is a little awkward. So you can see the house is right behind you. So it's not a very big backyard, and there's no fence there. I would have to pull the plat map. I'm not even sure where it would be. So kind of a little awkward backyard. They said the sellers were very motivated. We might be able to get, cost towards flooring and closing costs, but you let me know. So I'm back in this space. And like I said, you have the living room, dining room area. Your kitchen is over there. Let me turn to my right and just kind of give you another little preview of the kitchen. So the side yard is definitely bigger than the backyard, and you do have someone backed right up to you. So let's go over here and see what this is about. So to my left is storage space. Then you have a half bath down here. And then the first bedroom. So this bedroom's actually a really good size. They replaced the ceiling fan. It looks like they've replaced or at least cleaned the carpets. You have 2 closets. So this is the master. You have double vanity. Countertops been replaced, but the cupboards haven't. Linen space, and then tub and shower, and then of course your toilet. So I'm gonna come back out. You'll see the two just regular size closets and then the master. If you had a king bed in here, you would struggle to find room for much else. So let's go in here. All right, we already talked about the half bath. Sorry, I'm kind of getting lost. In here you have what I would call a mud room. Hopefully y'all know what that is. But it's the washer and dryer room. It does have a little cupboard here that leads out into the garage. So you have a 2-car garage. The water heater, it doesn't have the expansion tank on it, so it's at least 5-6 years old. Would be my guess. Always have an inspection. I know I'm gonna say that a lot, but please. All right, so then we come back out of the laundry room. We've got our closet, master bedroom. And then if we would go straight, we'd be back in the living room area, but we're gonna go upstairs. Like I said, I think that they've had the carpet replaced. All right, so you've got bedroom number 1. Not very big, not small, but not really big. And then regular closet. And then we have linen closet. Upstairs bathroom. That bathtub's gonna have to be looked at. I'll show you. Right there. Almost looks like it was painted at one time. Toilet. Vanity. Then you have your other bedroom. Like I said, it's not big, but it's not small. This one does have a double closet. And then finally your last bedroom. Another bedroom that, this is actually probably the biggest of the 3 upstairs. And then you have 2 closets again. So pros and cons. I would say the roof needs to be inspected. They are willing to do a new stove, new refrigerator. It looks like they did new carpet. Flooring downstairs is not great. And I would definitely have the roof inspected. So I'll send this to you. Let me know what you think. Bye.